what's up? My name's Alea. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be starting a new reading vlog and we're going to be reading a bunch of turkey smut novels, and I've had this idea in the works for like a full year, and basically what we're going to do is hang out. We're going to host Thanksgiving this year. We're having like a Friendsgiving at our house, so we're going to be making a whole bunch of Thanksgiving food and turkey and stuffing and the whole thing, and we're also going to read some turkey smut. So I found some books on Kindle Unlimited. Here's some examples that are like really ratchet looking turkey smut novellas, mostly. There was a couple I had my eye on last year. I think I'm going to try and dig up some more this year, and we're just going to read some really ratchet novels and eat some turkey. So if that sounds good to you, then I hope you enjoy watching this vlog, and without any further ado, let's get into the video. And so last year I started this reading vlog where I wanted to read like turkey monster romances and Thanksgiving romances that have to do with like men who are turkey shifters, or like Thanksgiving related inanimate object romances, and just pile them all into one vlog and binge read a whole bunch of them while I'm like basting my turkey and making Thanksgiving food at home. And so I started this last year and I never got a chance to finish it. So I thought maybe this year for Thanksgiving we could resurrect some of that old footage and finish out my Thanksgiving smut TBR together as friends. And so that's the plan. That's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm also going to be doing some more cooking today because today is Thanksgiving for another year, and I'm going to be making a turkey and doing all the cooking and everything. So I'm going to bring you along with me for that. So without any further ado, let me pass it along to past me to start off the reading vlog. Belle. How are you? Hi, Poofy. Hey, no biting. Hi, what are you doing? Mr. Rugby. Hi, Croaky. What's up, Croaky? Yeah. Hi, pretty boy. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. My Goofy. Hi, my beautiful boy. How are you? Are you grouchy? What else is new? Hello, update. So we have finished with our Friendsgiving. It went fabulously. We made homemade pumpkin pie, homemade stuffing. I made 2 little turkeys. It was wonderful. Of course, I was so busy basting the turkeys every hour and like prepping for our friends to come over that do you think I got a single video clip of me making the turkey? Do you think? No, I didn't. So demerit for me on that, but it was very good. But one thing I did do as well is I got some reading done. So I finished this little novella. It's called something about a were turkey. No, I don't remember the title because I'm trying to wipe it from my mind. First of all, this cover looks like somebody got drunk when they were in Photoshop, and it's awful. But the story, frankly, is not much better. So we're following a woman, and she is vegan. And you might be like, Leah, that doesn't seem relevant. It's like her whole personality, so it is relevant. She's a vegan, and she is protesting during Thanksgiving outside of a turkey farm, trying to dissuade people from purchasing a turkey. And anyways, things go awry. One of the turkeys gets loose and like starts running towards her on the side of the road. And she decides to open up her arms and like catch the turkey. And the farmer who owns the turkey farm is like chasing her down. And she puts the turkey in her car and takes it home. And has no plan for what she's going to do with this turkey, but she puts it in her bathroom and then proceeds to go and like cook her vegan Thanksgiving, because she's having like her vegan club friends over or whatever. And so then she hears like noises from the bathroom, right? She hears a little turkey scuttle or whatever. And so she goes in there, and the turkey's like throwing her shampoo on the floor or whatever, and she's freaking out because it's her like special organic shampoo. And she's like trying to clean it up, and then she feels something weird behind her. And then she turns around and she realizes that the turkey has morphed into a were-turkey man. So basically it's just a big, buff, naked man with a turkey head who's like gobbling at her. And she's like, what the fuck? And so then he tries to like get it on with her. But he doesn't talk. He just gobbles like a turkey. And so she's freaked out. She runs out of the room, and then he tackles her, and then she decides that she does want to sleep with him. And there's some gobbles of consent, ? And then she gets, banged in a pile of mashed potatoes. You ever dressed? So that was that. And it's literally the end. It's just like her friend coming over being like, we heard you talking about enjoying meat when we came to, have the little vegan Friendsgiving or whatever. And of course, she wasn't talking about that kind of meat. She was talking about his meat. So whatever. The story just ends there. So like, we don't get to know what happens with this turkey man that's in her house. Do they stay together? Are they in love? It's hard to tell. I would say no. I don't know. It's a very short novella. So it was mostly just like a spicy turkey sex scene. That's like the whole thing. So whatever. So stuffed by the were-turkey. That's that on that. But I started another one, and I was like, I have to baste this turkey every hour and like watch the oven while we're cooking. I'm just gonna like read these weird little smutty novellas and stuff like as I'm cooking. And like waiting for the oven. So I read that one. And then I also started Full Sack. Now listen. I'm going to say it with my whole chest. This is a good book. I can't believe I'm saying that with this cover and the word sack being there. So we're following this woman. Her name is Jennifer. She's got a cat, and her cat is like very ill, and she takes it to the vet, and the vet's basically like, your cat's got cancer. Her cat's only like 3 years old, and they're like, you need to come to terms with the fact that like your cat is gonna die. And she's like, no, like he's young, like can't you do anything? And she's gone to like 4 vets and a shaman, and they all said they can't do anything. So she found out about this guy in the city where she lives, and his name's Raccoon. Yeah, his name's Raccoon. What a choice. So he apparently is some kind of wizard or something like that. He's got like magic powers, and people go to him and they ask for like a wish or whatever. And he's able to like give them anything that they want. But in return, they have to like partake in a sexual favor for him. And she's like not that kind of girl. She's like, I'm just here to save my cat. I'm desperate. Like, I'll do whatever he wants as long as he saves my cat. Which, honestly, devoted cat mom. I get it. So old Jennifer comes in with her skanky little dress, ready to do whatever old Raccoon has cooked up for her. And he realizes that her cat isn't dead, that he's just like sick. And he's like, okay, I'll help you. And he can tell that she's like a genuinely good person. And so he doesn't make her do anything creepy. He's basically like, I'll help you, but you do have to do something for me in return, because since it's Thanksgiving, he was like, is your family like doing a Thanksgiving thing? And she was like, yeah, I wasn't gonna go because my family's awful. And he's like, well, as payment for me saving your cat's life, I want to go to your family's Thanksgiving. And she's like, that's weird, but whatever. And so they go, and he like takes her on his motorcycle and whatever. Well, it turns out Raccoon is kind of a king. He goes to her family's house and gives them what for, and like puts everybody in their place and treats her like a queen. And he kind of tells her like, you're my mate, basically. Like, he's figured that out. And so he wants to be with her. Well, she's also a virgin. So normally I hate that trope, but I feel like it's going to be okay in this. Not full sack handling the virgin trope well. I'm flabbergasted, truly. But honestly, I kind of love them together because Raccoon is really funny, and the book in general is really funny and entertaining, and Jennifer is really sweet, and you can tell she's just like been dealing with a lot of shit with her family. But he's got this weird magic power thing where, hence the title, his, I don't know how to say this, his sack, is magical. And so if you're looking for like an object or something, he can like magically make it appear, but somebody has to like go down on him in order for the item to come out of said sack and into the world, if you know what I mean. Anyways, not to get too visual with you, but anyway. So he's got that weird power. So it's not like the sexual flavors thing is just because he's like creepy. It's because like that he has to have that happen in order for the magic to work. Very strange. What a concept, but honestly really good. So I'm going to try and finish that today, and I will let you know when I finish that. And then I think after I get finished with that one, I'm going to start this other one. I think it's called Gabby and the Gobblers. What a title. It's about a girl who goes hunting in the woods for a Thanksgiving turkey and then runs into like 3 turkey shifter dudes, and I think it's like a white shoes romance. The things you find on Kindle Unlimited, all of these are on KU, by the way. So anyway, so that's my turkey update, and I'll update you when I finish something else. I feel the need to inform you that I just discovered another turkey Thanksgiving smut related novella, and it's called Basted. So a lady bangs turkey baster. Yeah, so I think I might add that to my TBR. It's 69 pages. Haha, 69. And so I might read that as well. It's also on Kindle Unlimited. I've never heard anybody talk about this. It sounds like the reviews are, what you'd expect for something that involves a lot of basters. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna give that a shot, and I also want to start Gabby and the Gobblers and then Home for the Gobble Days. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Lies! Lies and slander!
Hello, my sweet petunias. I am here to bring you from the 2024 Thanksgiving into the present. And I also just wanted to say, apparently last year I didn't do a final reading update for Full Sack that I read. So I wanted to give you like a final review of that. So I ended up giving that 4.5 stars. I really, really enjoyed this book. The main characters have so much good sexual tension and banter in here. And as weird as the premise for this book is, and as weird as the cover is, I really, really love Layla Faye's writing. And this is the first book from her that I read. And since then I've read a few other books from her. And there's also a really good Christmas one in this series. It's also a series by her. And each one either follows like a different holiday. A lot of them are holidays, but there's some other ones that are just kind of like other monstery kind of romances. But Full Sack is a Thanksgiving one, and then there's a Christmas one called Satan that's really good, and it has really similar vibes to Full Sack. So if you're looking for a good Christmas one to read this holiday season, I would recommend that one, because that one also has like really good banter and kind of a weird setup. That one's about this girl who thinks she's writing letters to Santa, but she has like dyslexia or whatever, and she accidentally writes a bunch of Christmas letters to Satan, and she tells him all about like the things that are going wrong in her life and like her hopes and dreams and stuff. And then one Christmas he like shows up at her house, and basically he's like, "You've been writing me all these letters and whatever," and she's like, "No, I wrote letters to Santa," and he's like, "No, bitch, you don't know how to spell." It's so good. It's so funny. But it's very similar to Full Sack in terms of like the tone of the story, which is what I really love about Layla Faye's writing. But anyways, back to Full Sack. I really love this one. I think if you're looking for a good spicy Thanksgiving romance, this is my favorite one that I've read. And I really recommend this. If you are into just kind of like funny romances, something that's not going to be too serious, but still has like really good spicy scenes and some magical elements in here. Also, the main guy, I think I said earlier that he's a wizard. He's not a wizard. He, as we get farther in the story, we find out what he is. He is this kind of mythological entity, and he's descended from this, like his great grandfather was this magical being, and I think they're part of some type of Asian mythology, and my brain is telling me that it's a magic red panda, but it's not, but it is kind of similar to that, if that makes sense. But basically that's what gives him this power where he can like summon forth objects out of his sack. But I think his ancestor had more like full powers, and he only has partial powers, and that's why he kind of has like the sexual favors part attached to his powers, because his ancestors like mated with humans, and so he has like a fraction of the powers that like his great grandfather had or whatever. Anyways, but it's still really cool, and it does give him the power to kind of like heal other animals, and that's why he's able to heal the cat that she has, because he's got this like part animal, almost like shifter kind of magic that allows him to like heal creatures and then also like summon objects and different kinds of things. So anyways, his powers are really fun. I love that he really sticks it to her family, and he really like has her back, and he's also very like sweet to her. He's really funny, and he kind of just makes her feel like there's somebody in her corner, which was really nice. And that's one thing about Layla Faye's books, is that her premises are so outlandish and strange, but they're always really tender too, in terms of like the actual connection between the two main love interests, and I really, really love that. So anyways, Full Sack, really love that. And so with that, let me pass it along to future me, because this is editing Leah, because I was editing this and realized that there's a whole clip missing in the middle. So sorry about that. Sorry about the chaos of the vlog. That's kind of how it is sometimes. So let me pass it along to 2025 me.
Hello, my sweet petunias. It is me from the future. And really, it's the past as you're saying this. But anyways, me from the present. And we're going to be reading another Turkey Smut romance today for Thanksgiving 2025. And I'm really excited. So the one I want to start is called Basted. And I think this is one that I mentioned like right at the end of the last clip I filmed from last year. And I was looking into it again. And this is like a really, really strange little smutty novella. So I think it's about a woman who has a romance with like multiple turkey basters that are full of turkey juices. And all the Goodreads reviews said that this book uses the words meaty and juices far too many times. And I just think that would be really fun to read while I'm basting my turkey this year. Seems very fitting. And so I thought we could get into that today. And then I think maybe tonight I want to start like Gabby and the Gobblers, the turkey shifter one. I think that's like a poly romance or something like that. So those are the last two we're going to be reading for this vlog. So without any further ado, let's get into the cooking of the turkey for this year. And I also have rolls that are rising right now, and I need to bake those and then do the turkey. And then while things are baking in between the hourly basting I need to do, we're going to do some smutty reading. Okay, let's go.
Hi, pretty boy. Happy Thanksgiving. I see your toes. This is Mr. MacGyver. He comes to see us every day. He's not our cat. He's an outside cat and we rent, but he really wants attention. And my cat, Nellie, is also here, and she doesn't really like him. This is her nemesis. Kind of a Romeo and Juliet situation if Miss Juliet just wanted to kill him. But he's cute. He's just a big lover boy. Aren't you? This is Nellie. She's all mad. Nellie, are you mad? She likes to hiss at him sometimes. They're not friends, but he's very cute. He likes people. Hello, my sweet petunias. Reading update for you. So I've been reading Basted, and I'm 50% of the way in, and I think I'm gonna DNF this. You know, I've read a lot of weird things in my day, but I've never read about a girl who dresses up in a sexy turkey costume to go to her man's work and seduce him, and walks in on him cheating on her with a coworker. That's why you saw my shocked face when I was reading, because that was quite the scene. And then she goes into the kitchen because he was a chef and it's like in a restaurant. And there's like turkeys and hams and such because it's Thanksgiving that he just left out on the counter to go and hook up with his mistress, I guess, who he's been hooking up with for a long time. I don't know. Our main girl is really like in denial about her man at the beginning. It's like, girl, he clearly doesn't like you. Anyways, somehow she's been dating him for like 2 months, but they already own a house together. Like, what? The logic, you know, even on a base level is not there. And then she proceeds to bone down with 3 turkey basters that she finds in the kitchen that were used to like make said turkeys and hams and such. And somehow the turkey basters like talk to her in her mind, and they're brothers, these 3 turkey basters. Mary, I don't know. And whoever on Goodreads said that juices is used far too many times was correct. And the whole thing is just her essentially getting boned with turkey juices by 3 turkey baster brothers who were trying to impregnate her on purpose because they think she'd be perfect to carry their turkey baster babies. It should be called Bred by the Turkey Baster, and it's not, and that was a missed opportunity. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I think I'm going to DNF at 50%. I just don't feel that I need to read the second half of this, and that's that on that. So with that, I'm going to go make some rolls, and then I'm going to start on my own turkey. So I'm speechless. It's not often I'm speechless at a romance, monster romance, or otherwise, but the sentient object romance one, that one took me out. That one, well and truly, that was crazy work, actually. How do you even think up a concept like that? I have no idea what I just read. Okay, we gotta go. So I am back to wrap up this reading vlog. Sorry if you hear munching. My cat, Miss Nellie, she's having her dinner. But I wanted to give you a final reading update because while I was basting turkey for the last few hours, I was reading the last book of my TBR, Gabby and the Gobblers, and I liked it better than basted, which isn't saying much because I DNF'd basted, but I think I'm gonna give it like a 2.5 or a 3. I don't know if it's quite a 3 because I didn't really like the last half. So, anyway, this book is about this girl. Her dad's passed away and she's trying to help provide for her mom and her sister, and she's trying to hunt a turkey for Thanksgiving dinner. And as she's out in like the old hunting spot that she and her dad used to go to, she runs into these 3 turkeys, and one of the turkeys shapeshifts into a naked human man who's very attractive, as one sees in the forest. And so she ends up coming upon this group of triplet turkey shifters who immediately realize that she is their mate, even though she's a human. And she like faints because she's whatever in shock from seeing a naked man in the woods coming after her after he was a turkey 2 seconds ago. And so the story goes from there, and basically these triplet turkey men realize that this is their mate and they need to do whatever they can to convince her to be theirs forever. And so she's just finding out that turkey shifters are a thing. They're trying to woo her. It's all very, I'd say romantic, but I don't know if it is. The interesting thing about this is I like the turkey shifter element. I thought that was fun. I like the Thanksgiving vibes in here, they're really good. The main girl is a little bit obnoxious, and I don't know, I did like the relationships that she had with the different brothers. But it is a little bit weird, I think, to have a reverse harem with identical triplets. Cause I don't know, there's something that's like vaguely incestuous about that. Hi, Nellie, come here. Come up here. Well, hi, dear. You just had to be a part of the clip. Do you have anything to say? What did you think of the turkey smut? Did you like it? Purr? I'm hearing a purr. Does that mean you liked it? Anyway, don't mind my cat's butt. So anyways, one of the triplet guys, his name's Tank. I like him. He's a little bit more of like the stern brother who keeps everybody in line. And then hello. And then there's Tobias, who's kind of a goofball. He basically like watches her through her window at night. He's got a little bit of stalker energy. But he's also kind of a goofball. And then there's the last one, Timothy. Anyway, Timmy, they call him Timmy. Anyway, so Timmy is more like gentle and more like sensitive, I guess. Anyways, so they're all, different personalities, but they all look identical. They just have different haircuts, is kind of the thing. But they do have like parents that are in the picture, and they have like this group of other turkey shifters they live with, which is kind of cool. And they are nice to her, and they like help renovate her mom's house and stuff, which is cool. And she's kind of having a rough home life situation because her family kind of like has been really distant from one another since her dad passed away, and so she's just trying to like hold down the fort, and her mom's grieving really bad and stuff. But I don't know, in terms of the actual romance, I think there were some sweet tender moments. There were some funny moments that I liked. I liked the first half better than the last half. I do feel like there's a lot of cringy dialogue in here, and what I really wanted was like to have the spicy scenes really come through, and I don't feel like they did. Like the spicy scene with Tank, the more kind of stoic brother, was really good, and then the spicy scenes after that, I didn't really like them. I felt like they were over really quick. They were kind of like glazed over, and I just didn't feel like it was much of a romance story. Like it's more about her being like, oh my gosh, I really like these turkey men. Like, is this real? Like, am I really gonna be their mate? Like, do they really like me? And she's like constantly crying and like scared that they're gonna leave her. I'm like, girl, they told you that they are down bad for you. You're their mate. Like, hello. Anyways, whatever. Also, she's got this creepy boyfriend, ex-boyfriend in this book that keeps threatening to like SA her out of nowhere. It's bizarre. Anyways, so I don't know. Turkey shifters like it. The family elements between like her mom and sisters and like the parents of these turkey men is really cute. There's like some found family kind of stuff going on there. A lot of like community vibes, which is cute. But I just wanted the spicy scenes to be like better written, and I didn't need so much like emotional, are they gonna leave me energy. I didn't really need that. I didn't need the creepy ex-boyfriend in the woods trying to mess with her. Yeah, interesting. I'm here for the turkey shifting magic-y stuff though. That was fun, and I like Tank, the brother. But again, I feel like this is another like reverse harem where I'm like, did we need all these dudes? Like, could it just be her and Tank? And that would have been better in my opinion. Like, I don't think the other two brothers are as fleshed out as him. Like, especially one of the brothers, Tobias, I felt like his character was kind of inconsistent. Like, he acted one way in normal scenes and he acted like completely different in spicy scenes for seemingly no reason. So I think I'm gonna give this a 2.5. I don't think I was really compelled in the second half of the story enough for me to feel good giving it a 3, but the first half was good. It was fun. The writing, is it the best thing I've ever read? No. Did I have some fun with it while I was making Thanksgiving dinner? Yes, I did. For the first half, mostly. Anyways, so I think that's where I'm at. I think that's all the books I'm going to read for this video. I'm really glad that I got to come back and like finish out some of the books that I had discovered at the end of like the first clips that I filmed a year ago. And I'm excited that I got to come back and read some more spicy turkey books while I was making Thanksgiving dinner. And our Thanksgiving dinner turned out really good, by the way. We kind of did like a smaller version of what we normally do. We didn't do like the pumpkin pie and stuffing, but we did like other stuff. So it was really good. And I'm kind of in a food coma, which is why I'm like half asleep right now. So don't mind that. But if you made it to the end of this video and you want to leave me an emoji in the comments just to say hi, leave me a turkey emoji. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.